Where do you find hope these days? When you look around at the messy world around you, the people, the divisions, the bad news everywhere, how do you find hope? Good morning, friends. My name is Greg Simpson. I'm a minister in the United Church of Canada, and we're spending a little bit of time each day between now and Christmas to uncover, discover, talk about some of the themes and traditions, the decorations, the rituals, maybe even some of the music that go along with Advent and the Christmas season. We know about these words, hope, joy, peace, and love, that land on the 4 Sundays of Advent. Well, this week we're discussing hope, but it's a struggle, isn't it? When you look at the difficulties in the world around you, do you maybe wonder if there can be hope at all? I've had conversations recently with some of the young people in my life, and they're looking at long education process that will leave them with heavy debt and no guarantee of any sort of great job at the end of it. They question whether there's any chance they'll ever own a house with the economy the way it is right now. And when they look at the way the world is burning around us, they're really worried about what the shape of our globe will even be. And so it would be quite easy to hear those questions, to sit with those concerns and lose hope. And many people do. And I can understand if you do. And so I ask you honestly, where and how do you find hope? I personally have been accused in the past of being an optimist. And for some people, that implies that I ignore the realities and only focus on the positivity, that I pretend that everything is hunky-dory and I view the world through rose-colored glasses. I've learned to dislike the phrase optimist because it has all of those layers automatically attached to it. And so I want to coin a new term. It's a silly one and it sounds weird when you say it, but I want to be known as an Hoptimist. I want to be a person who lives with hope for the positivity. Not ignoring the fact that this world is messy, that people generally squabble with other people, that the news we consume is sold to us mostly because the angrier it will make us, the longer we'll stay on the platform. I am very well aware of all those things, and yet in the midst of it, I do find hope. And most often that hope is in tiny little ways, tiny little places. A show of gratitude or even just human kindness from a stranger when it's unexpected. Or watching when people take care of other people just because they need it. Or in the good news stories when people are just so excited and bubbling over that they need to share with somebody about the thing that's wonderful that's going on in their lives. Or maybe it's just something as small as a friend sharing with me a picture of a baby animal. Because that's beautiful and lovely and it brings great hope. See, what I have learned, both through the Christian traditions, but also looking at other world religions, is that hope is a choice. It's not something that just kind of happens to you by accident. It's something that you do by choice. And when you go looking for hope, you'll find it. Now, the other side is also true. If you go looking for all the bad in the world, of course, you will see that as well. But when we look for hope, especially when we ask other people what they are hopeful for, we gain a little bit alongside of them. And then our world is a little bit brighter, which makes it easier for us to treat other people a little bit nicer. And this beautiful ray of sunshine spreads throughout the world simply because we chose to look for hope. So when we light an Advent candle and that tiny flame flickers to life, that is as small of a light as we would need to bring hope into this world. So I'm going to leave you with 2 challenges this morning. 1, go looking for hope. It can be the tiniest little spark of hope, but go looking for it. I guarantee that you will find it in your world. And 2, share it with somebody. If you can, come back here and put it in the comments below so that we can all share in this beautiful hope that you found. But if you don't have time for that, just call somebody, text somebody, let them know about the hope that you found in your world. Because when you share that little flame with somebody else, you're making their lives a little bit brighter too. And then they're going to bring a little more hope into the world around them. See, even in the ancient Hebrew times, which our scriptures come from, the stories in Isaiah that talk about hope, they're not ignoring the fact that the world is a mess. In fact, their world at that time was utterly upside down. Half of the kingdom had been overrun by the Assyrians. The other half of the kingdom was on the precipice of being overrun by the Babylonians. They had no idea whether they would survive the next little bit of time. And even in the midst of that, they wrote stories of hope that thousands of years later, we still get to read. And so I want to share just a tiny bit of that courage with you, friends. Find hope in your life. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. If you've missed a previous video, you can click over there and get it. If you want to see the next ones, subscribe. I love you all. We'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.